Hello and welcome everyone. In the video today, I'll be discussing with you about the Goldman Sachs recent report and the outlook of the oil demand and the oil industry together. So the major highlights of the report are as follows. Goldman Sachs assumed that the demand for the oil products is going to shrink by about 8% this year. We are already through halfway of the year and we have 6 months more to go. And given the way this year has evolved, right since January until now, it has been an absolute disaster with the economies just coming to a screeching halt when the coronavirus situation caused massive lockdowns world over. And now in the next 6 months, the sentiment isn't so that the economy is going to come back on track like it was prior to the pandemic. And it's going to take a lot of time because the coronavirus situation is still far out of control. Second is that Goldman Sachs expect that that the demand for the oil products is going to rebound in the subsequent year in 2021 by 6%, and we'd be able to see the demand for the oil products reach to the pre-pandemic levels almost nowhere before 2022. So these three are the key important facts that have been mentioned in the report. Apart from that, Goldman Sachs also mentions the fact that now the public sentiment is going to change dramatically, and although the demand for the commuting is going to pick up because people have been holed up in their houses for so long, and all of a sudden as the economies open up, there's going to be a lot of transportation. But the second thing which comes into picture is that people would now be shifting from public transportation to more of private transportation. So that would be one other factor which will lead up to an increase in the demand in the near term or maybe in the subsequent year. And the third factor is that most of the economies would now be spending more and more money in order to develop the infrastructure to build up their economies, which have been totally weakened by the coronavirus situation. So this pretty much gives an idea of where the oil demand is headed for this year, the next year, and the year thereafter. And also the bank estimates that the demand in June this year is going to be 12% lower than what it was the last year. And even though there has been a slight bit of recovery in the oil demand over the last couple of months in May and June as compared to April, and also in the prices, but still it's nowhere near to where it was when we compare it what it had been in the last couple of years. So now we again would have to wait for the next report when it comes out in a couple of months from Goldman Sachs, where they are going to give more of the disclosures when we reach towards the end of the year. But for now, as per Reuters poll, the oil price likely is going to consolidate at $40 for the year. Though there have been no concrete reports, it's very hard to estimate what the price is going to be for the entire year. Well, as of the moment, it's hovering somewhere in near between $42 to $43. The Brent oil futures are trading at that particular price of $42 to $43. And going forward, also they estimate that the price is likely to remain for the year to be somewhere in between the $40 range. So this is the big news from Goldman Sachs, and until the next video, we are bringing more news about the oil and the gas sector. Have a good day. Bye-bye.